man. It showed the last minutes of that dude's life. Really, really
Yeah,
sad.
I'd rather not see it.
Corn and green beans stretches for miles, supplying the entire East Coast with its crops. But days like these may be short-lived.
We're at a crossroads right now. We don't know whether we should continue to even go this next winter. Homestead, the Belglade, we're all being crushed. There used to be over 100 farmers down here. We're down to less than 9.
1 month now, all of this is like this. 1 month. How many body work here today? Nobody works here today again.
The crazy thing is, there's nobody here. These places are ready for drywall. They're ready for roofs. All the drywall's just sitting. The buildings are getting all wet inside. Floors are swelling up. That one's ready for a roof. The Hispanic workforce is pretty much gone out here.
This is not good. This is not good. I'm not seeing a lot of workers here. I'm not seeing a lot of movement going on here. This is not good. From a real estate standpoint, if you're already under contract for a property that's under construction, expect a lot of delays. And if you're looking for a new build property, expect prices to go up because there is a ridiculous shift taking place right now.
Our workers, the Hispanics, they will be up there. They don't want this to get wet. Wood is getting wet everywhere. Materials are getting wet. All those houses are sold, getting wet more than they have to and getting destroyed by the humidity. Well, they pay for them already.
All right, so I see this in the basement, which is clearly a bad sign. So let's go investigate. This is upstairs, and it is not looking good. This is new construction, by the way. Look at all that water. Look at all the staining. You could tell this is still fresh. Already have color change and rot.
You see that shit? The Republicans in Florida are delusional. What they thought is that they can create this law, and people were going to still stay and risk jail to work for pennies. And then now they're realizing people ain't got to fucking stay. They can leave. They can go to other states and get work there. So they left. Instead of coming out and saying, okay, we made a huge mistake. We didn't realize how much the economy was going to get impacted by the immigrants, the immigration law. Let's go ahead and change the shit. Let's fix it. Let's give them a path to citizenship. No, they want to have these town meetings telling the migrant workers that are here, oh, go tell your people not to leave. This bill has no teeth. That's what State Representative Alina Garcia said. And she herself is a Cuban immigrant telling these immigrants that this bill has no teeth. Do the police know that? Do the police know this law has no teeth? Do Border Control know that? Why are you telling these people this lie? When a politician cannot say, oops, I made a mistake, let me try to fix it, they don't need to be a politician anymore. She needs to get the fuck out. She voted for that law. And now her people, my people, our people down here in Florida are getting affected because their hate surpassed their greed this time. And that's saying something in a capitalistic fucking country where your hate surpassed your greed. Your bigotry surpassed your greed. Your racism surpassed your greed. They fucked around and now they're finding out. Yeah, it sucks down here. It's not going to be great. But like I say, I will suffer for the greater good. I stand with the migrant workers. They deserve better than that shit. And these politicians need to get the hell out of office because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. DeSantis is ruining the state of Florida. I shouldn't have yelled. It just hurt I had a migraine for the last 3 days and I'm yelling. That's how mad I am. Now I'm going to sit here, go get some ice because I really just shouldn't have yelled right there. But anyway, Florida fucked around. Now they got to find out. Florida fucked around and now they finding out.
Who is this? We got to hear her again.
No, that I just wanted to play the beginning of it. That was it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, no, because I mean, there's different positions to take here because I'm with them too. You know what I'm saying? I also support the migrants, but the exploitation, you know, I mean, they've been exploited already. Like, I mean, I've already told you, like, as far as like nobody is getting paid what they should, because you know, but then it makes it even worse for the actual citizens who are already here when you know you can they undermine the whole idea that okay, we're gonna bring people in here that whatever, blah blah blah. And yeah, he's gonna hurt. The state of Florida is most likely gonna hurt from it, but at the same time is to somewhat set a precedence because I mean there's a lot of things that's happening in different states that's still messed up. I mean, you know, is it right to still, like treat them like pretty much they're slaves? You know what I'm saying? Like the things that we say that we're against, we're steadily pushing for it to exist. Like, and it's like, hey, well, shoot, the migrants are gone. Like the migrant, you're pretty much saying like, okay, it would have been okay for your ancestors to go through the same thing, you know, couple hundred years back, 200 years back, you know, like I don't really understand when people don't really look at it holistically, because yes, it's not cool, and we should find a way to help these people, but it's not like it's still to be able to exploit them. Like what part do people not get about that?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It is set up to exploit them, but at the same time, the law is dumb. It's stupid. It's not. It's gonna hurt Florida horribly bad. I mean, like, you got to think about what the repercussions are of the decisions that you make, because now they're not gonna have people doing the construction. They're not gonna get their stuff out of the farm. The crops are rotting in the field.
Yeah,
The damn homes are deteriorating, and they just were just recently built. Like how
I
if they,
I
you
hear
know,
you. I mean, I get, I totally sympathize because like this is a really tough position, I think, to decide on. Period. Because especially when there's certain states, you got to think about there's certain states that's getting flooded more than any other one. So they're the ones that's taking the brunt of the losses or the getting being affected right away because for you to try to be a humane state country that people are coming into or flooding into, and you have nowhere for these people to go, it's like, okay, what do I do? So I mean, it's a tough position to be in, period. So it's like, okay, how about y'all take some of these people off my hand? Like, these people are just sitting around. I don't want my state to look like California. Like I'm trying to keep, the people who who I pledge my allegiance to, or my service to, they're who I'm looking out for first. So like, regardless of
well,
which,
I just think that DeSantis is making political moves, and he wants to be president. But he's willing to burn Florida to the ground on his way to the presidency, or what he thinks is on his way to the presidency, and using this stuff, these freaking political as talking points or whatever, and pretending that this stuff is actually viable or useful or works or whatever. But it's all it really is doing is using the racism, is using the hatred, as a
I don't
way to propel himself,
I don't think that's
for
race. I
his
don't think
own
it's
personal
racism.
agenda.
I think when people say that it's racism, it's short-sighted because, that's the political side that people can try to use to say, oh, he's got a problem with him. But especially when you're looking at somebody who is a foreigner, like, what's the purpose for them to dislike them? Like, oh, they're gonna get ahead of me now. Like I don't understand the whole thought process behind it because, like I said, I mean, all it takes is one person to say, oh, he's being racist, and everybody's like, yeah, he's racist. Man.
No, it's the stuff that he's doing. Like DeSantis himself may not be racist, but he's using that. He's
Is he?
using
No, I think the people are using that.
the people that are racist, the people that are hateful, are the ones that these moves, motivate. They like to hear this stuff.
Well,
They're happy to
well,
hear it, and that's going to get them to vote.
well see,
That's it.
the thing about it is that, I mean, around the country, there's a lot of people that's hurting. And, I think that this is a political thing for the migrants that have come in, or the ones that has been here already, that's been working and doing things, that because it's not the people who are freshly here that is vacating Florida. It's people who may have been like vagabonds, or like the ones that's moving around and just kind of taking a hustle wherever they can get it. It's like, oh, well, I was planning to go to Illinois, and now this is like a way for them to say that this is how they're gonna hurt Florida. Okay, I mean, and it's all political. So overall, I think that it's gonna bring some reforms that will allow things to somewhat really just go back to normal. Because even if they raise pay rates now, it's probably still not going to push the needle very far. I mean, this is something where, like, you know, our president has skipped right past our food source, and having, transparency and all these different things. And we're talking about nights out on the town. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody that's going to a concert or some type of show, that's somebody who's in a position of comfort. So, we're making legislation that's going to make, the rich more comfortable, where we're not doing anything for the people who can't afford to buy rice.
Yeah. Let me read this. Jill Hughley, he says, "Oh, they found out. Y'all keep playing with these hardworking people if you want to. They knew better in California. We ain't trying to pay $30 for a head of lettuce." Um, Let me read some more. It says, "Your hate, bigotry, and racism surpass your greed this time. Ron DeSantis' whole thing is taking white aggrievement, racism, hate, and bigotry, and making it the center of his platform. Whatever is progressive, he's against. Whatever requires white people to change and adapt has to be wrong and has to be fought like a villainous threat. This kind of political approach has always been strong with the large racist voting base in the United States, and it's been working for him. With tons of Floridian politicians and citizens splashing around in the same swamp of ignorance and hate, they've been able to legislate a lot of their backwater views into law, but some of it is coming back to bite them. Obviously, there's been a very public Disney feud, which is not going well for Governor. Something that hasn't gotten as much coverage, though, is the migrant worker crisis. Florida passed very harsh laws regarding immigration, and it's working. Migrant workers are disappearing from Florida, but now farmers, construction companies, and other job markets that have always relied on migrant workers are finding out that they don't have enough people to do the job. Fields are being untended, houses are sitting halfway built. All the down on their luck whites who've been suffering because of the migrant workers are nowhere to be seen. Goddess Mia put it perfectly here. This is a time the racist Floridians let their hate and bigotry surpass their greed. They fucked around and now they're finding out."
Is this D.L. Hughley?
Yeah, those are DL Hughley's words I was just reading.
He is insane, bro, and he is such a political pawn bro, like I'm here to tell you, like, I mean, they're trying to make everybody feel like, all of the like all of the things that got to us to this point, and for what we calling conservative people to go to the extent that they have been going to, is this is economic, it's inhumane, and you know like there's certain things that they hide from the people. And look, that's fine. I mean, everybody's gonna have their own way of seeing this thing, but there's children, women, there's probably even dudes that's getting raped on the way coming here. They got bands that they're getting put on their wrists to show how much they still owe the coyotes, the people, or the cartel that allowed them passage. They're gonna owe a certain amount, and they're in slavery no matter where they go to work and do this and do that and the third. So it's like a lot of things that led to trying to protect the people who, okay, yes, they need somewhere to go, but like this is not the way to do it. So just trying to have a conservative view on certain things has made some people look like they're just hateful people, when it really is that they really care for the people more than anybody else, because nobody's really telling you what's really happening on their route from South America and through Central America into Mexico, and all these different things that they're going through on their route. So hey, you believe what you like, but there are certain things that I think that people are not really putting all the pieces together to really understand that if nobody says anything, this is going to continue, and it's going to be even worse than what we're considering what happened to our ancestors when you know when 200 years ago, if they come talking about they came through however they got into slavery. But bro, some and it's always been the conservatives over time that has been the ones that has done something to change the the landscape of America through all of these different things. But the average person doesn't see it because they believe what they see in the news, instead of actually like I'm watching Forbes, the pretty much the new C-SPAN, and the arguments that they're having. Like, if you really listen to the different arguments, you'll see that both, to some extent, so a lot of these people on both sides are fighting for what they believe is right. But at the same time, in the media, somebody's getting demonized because, they're like, they have a stronger stance, and they're like, okay, well, they're not going to allow certain things to happen on their watch because these are people that they actually care about, and they don't want to see that happen to them. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying that this policy, this law that Ron DeSantis passed in Florida is not the way to go either. It's not working, and it's having a huge economic impact on Florida. And the regular folks in Florida are the ones that's going to suffer. Regular, normal Floridians, when it comes to their home not being built, when it comes to them not being able to get their products to the stores, or the people that want to go buy the products out of the stores. Everybody's getting screwed behind Ron DeSantis wanting to be president.
Bro, I think you kind of like you're seeing it from, because I mean, yes, he's running for president, but I don't think that you're really seeing where, like, the humanity in some of these things that he's doing. And just because, like, yes, you have to deal with certain things that come out of doing the right thing sometimes. Like, yes, sometimes you lose for doing the right thing, and that's where I think the position where he is, and like they're over politicizing and they're trying to
people
control.
Are losing.
Well,
he's winning,
bro. But I mean, he's getting a lot of support within the state of Florida. I mean, especially like
from racists.
No, bro. There's black people. There's Mexicans. There's Cubans. There's people down there that's like still like, okay, like they know why he's doing what he's doing. Like, y'all don't listen to his what he has to his deep detailed position on things. You're hearing somebody else saying, and then somebody that may not even live in Florida on videos talking about, oh yeah, he messed up in Florida, like getting all excited as if they really know what's happening in Florida. Like, bro, like, I mean, y'all can fall for the madness if you want. It's much deeper than what y'all making it. And yeah, all right, you can call it racist, you can call it really whatever you want. But these are things that sometimes, like, people don't really see the benefit in certain things up front. But
Let me
hey,
read this comment right here. It says, well, I guess all those people that didn't have jobs because the Hispanics were taking their jobs, I guess now they can go to work. That's a great comment right there. It's like the what's the name of that show, South Park, and they had that really funny skit where they're like, they took our jobs. It's like they took our jobs. Oh my god, it was so freaking funny to me. So those people
yeah,
screaming they took our jobs, why don't y'all go out there and help
but
them finish building the houses and
I,
to
I
pick those
think it's
fruit in the fields?
I think it's a bunch of entertainment, bro. Like, I mean, you of all people, talk about all the time about the political theater and this, that, and the other. You think it's happening, just in the Capitol, on Capitol Hill. Like, no, bro, this is stuff is in your neighborhood now. Like, this is like people whining about stuff that they ain't never gave a damn about, but they can get clicks for, bro. Like, say, bro, you too good because, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and I know where your heart is, but at the same time, I don't think that, like, because without really seeing all of the details, you're getting caught up in what a lot of the rest of them are getting caught up in because, as much as you understand politics.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Casey.